My check. My check. Cool. Cam check. Looks like we're good. Can transfiguring replace an affix? Yes, it can. It's a low chance of doing so, but it can. One arm Geodude, appreciate the follow. Incognito, what's going on? Epic battle, whack battles of history, hittery. Yeah, I think I have like almost every single one of them I uploaded to my stream playlist, except for like the political ones, for obvious reasons. Although I think some of the political ones are like are actually really good. I ideally I don't really want to do like spark issues. The president versus president, like actually the Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney epic rap battles of history was actually really good on both sides. So I wanted to actually like put that on there, but I'm like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. What's the strongest in-game build? You're almost done with the like the actual strongest in-game build. I would probably recommend like is it Whirlwind Barb? If you're like looking for like like it may not be like the absolute strongest in terms of damage numbers, but just how efficient it is, being able to move and deal damage at the same time. Like nothing comes close in my opinion. Oh, I mean, give me for Rogue. I mean, you got like 5 choices. I'd probably point you to Penetrating Shot, to be honest with you, just because it's like visually appealing as well. But like you're not gonna waste time. Like you aren't wasting your time if you choose to play like Rapid Fire, Barrage, Heartseeker, Death Trap, Poison Dance of Knives, or whatever. But I think Penetrating Shot probably has potentially a higher ceiling, I guess you could say. But just like I tell everybody else, like play what you think you're going to like. But yeah. All right, let me pull up game real quick. I don't have any much of any agendas today. I think I'm just gonna do some chill farming. That's kind of is. I never understood the Heartseeker builds. Now I play Penetration as a range build. You just want to see the pretty environment instead of the clutter. So thanks for showing me that build. Well, I mean, like I was saying before, like you can. There are a lot of good road builds, and you just kind of just play whatever you like whatever you find fun. Crafty was up. He said, "Guess what? Is it the 129? I think I saw it. I think I saw it in the chat. Did you get, or did you go past that? Unfortunately, the patch doesn't really address a lot of things yet. Like actually, the patch doesn't address many of the rogue builds, not rogue builds, but the rogue bugs at all. To be honest with you, but that's okay. I'm not too surprised. It does address the Etna's dagger though, so at least part of the Etna's dagger. Like it still doesn't allow the shadow clone to be imbued using the Etna's dagger while using basic attack, which actually would be really good for Heartseeker, especially like Heartseeker, Rapid Fire, and Barrage. If you can imbue the shadow clone, or even imbue the Sentry or whatever, like that would be a big damage output, because the reason why you don't do damage with Sentries right now or clone right now if you're doing anything outside of Penetrating Shot is because it cannot be imbued. But if it can be, that's a pretty big bump in damage because you're built around cold damage mostly. Change the build again. I just want to play what's good, to be fair. I prefer melee, but if a range build is stronger, then you'll do that. But then play Twist and Blaze then. You said you like melee. Play Twisting Blades. Like Twisting Blades isn't bad. What's the best of your builds for high movement T12? Well, I mean, all of them kind of move the same way, so you just kind of just choose the style of mechanics. It's kind of really it. I mean, they all have dash, they all have shadow step, they all have, you know, the jaw rune if you want. I mean, all of them just practically moves the same way. The only one that moves differently, the only two builds that moves differently would be Flurry because of the teleport nature of it, and then of course Dance of Knives because you're always in motion. But your movement just depends. It's just how you choose to push the skills. In terms of T12 is concerned, I mean, you could farm T12 with anything. Like, I don't play on anything else besides T12 at the moment, even for just like chill farm. I just got the first place in squads on tower. Oh, nice. What's up, man? Yeah, it looked like they fixed some stuff with the view potency. Would it be worth to temper that now? To be honest with you, I am not sure. I have not done the math on imbuement potency on dot builds, dot related builds, so I am not the one to ask for that yet. Any plans for Render Veils build? We can't efficiently play Render Veils until Beast Wall boosts are fixed. Which right now in the patch notes does not seem like they fix the Beast Fall boost interaction, so we're kind of, you know, yeah. That's the reason why you don't see a Render Veils build on Mastro, because I am not going to put out something ultra clunky that performs worse than any of the other ranged builds that are already out. Now, when they do fix the Beast Fall boost thing, then yes, there will be a Render Veils build up there. But until then, I'd rather for it not to exist in the way that it currently has to right now. But trust me, I do want to do Render Veils. We just can't. Super Mike, what's going on? Also, Yellow, appreciate the follow. Can Pinch Shot reach insta phasing layer dungeons, bosses in T12? Freezing through everything, but bosses are kind of annoying. Honestly, with Giga gear or like, you know, RMT gear, I mean, maybe. But the thing about it is that I think the thing is to note is that in terms of like what actually matters, in terms of your journey and gear and stuff like that, you don't need to do anything beyond T10. Like, you don't get anything or much of anything more doing T11, T12. T11, T12 is just aspirational. So like, even if you can, you know, insta phase layer dungeon bosses T12, T10 will still always be more efficient. Only reason why you would do T12 is just for clout. Just to say I can do it. That's about it. Or you just want a little bit more challenge because you want to actually fight the mechanics. And if that's the case, do T12, right? So I just need the RMT easy. So what do I want to do today? Do I want to do Heartseeker or do I want to do Rapid Fire today? If I do Heartseeker, I'm probably gonna do my version of Heartseeker. For the, I guess, try hard. Do Pinch Shot. I don't have the. I have to change my entire setup to do the Shades Pinch Shot. I'm not about to spend mouse on that right now. Because I'm not built for that right now. And you don't really need to look at me to do it. Like, Matthias has a really good video up on YouTube, as well as the Maxwell guy. You just literally follow what he's doing, and then you'll be pew-pewing in no time. There's some Pinch Shot gloves you want. I'm not looking to play Pinch Shot. I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna like to build around pin shot. I have to build around shades, so I have to like go and like make new like 5 or 6 different pieces of gear just to effectively temper the correct way with the correct aspects and stuff like that. And change my Paragon board a little bit, level up a glyph. It's not just like a plug and play like I can do for Rapid Fire Barrage or Heartseeker, if that makes sense. That's all I'm saying. Now I could play whatchamacallit. I can play Trick Shot without changing much of anything. But Trick Shot is not nearly as much fun as like the shade stuff or the shadow shot. For Barrage. I mean, I actually don't even know if the skill ranks are even better than like another multiplier there. Like if I did crit damage multiplier there versus the plus for the Barrage, which one would actually be strong? Although I guess you could just remove the dex for the crit damage multiplier too. And I guess that might be better. Nah, but I'm good though, Crafty. I appreciate it. Using crit chance, yeah. Crit chance is also goated. I thought T1112 has some increased drops benefits, so it does literally nothing besides more gold and XP. Nope, it sure doesn't. The reason why they made it that way is to make sure that people who don't like have a ton of time to play isn't, you know, there's not the big FOMO of, oh, I have to reach T12 to be able to get good stuff. So they kind of cut it off at T10. Which I think is actually a good idea. Like, I personally don't see anything wrong with that. Alright, I guess I'll play some Heartseeker first, and then I'll do some rapid fire later, I guess-ish. Why are some charms so much harder to get? I don't know. I think the patch notes has addressed something about charms drop rate or something like that. So. Appreciate the follow. Oh, that's on sub already. Crafty, is your new setup updated on your planner? To be honest with you, I can't deal with explosive shot, man. The sound effect just like I can't do it for like more than like 10 minutes. Like it just sounds awful. Like it really sounds like I can't put myself through that misery. I know why you do it. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? But if I'm just chill farming, nah. Just go with the reduced cost rune and just pew pew. Because that would drive me nuts. I wonder if they're gonna fix that. I talked about that too. I actually gave that feedback. I'm like, I don't know why you just reused their grenade audio literally for that. Like, you don't think anyone's not gonna get tired of hearing hearing that? Like, just use the audio from the lob rapid fire. That used to be the thing. The old scoundrel's kiss or whatever. Like use that sound effect. Like you don't even have to like create a new one or anything. You just reuse what you already have. Right? So it could have been more stagger if I didn't have to move around that much more. Call it. Turning in prison. Are you worth killing? No, you're not worth killing. I remember you. Hideous. That hunter. Assassin. Yeah, we'll level up assassin. Menu said that doesn't really require the nade though. It's not using stab signet. Well, I mean, wait, what? Okay. Can we help you? Can we help you guys? I think you guys are a little lost. Hell is that way. Like hell's well anywhere but here. Okay. I guess we move on. Appreciate the sub. Endeavor, what's going on, man? What is happening? What game is you playing now? How's the new update? Very good, actually. Very good. I'm actually really impressed with what they did with this expansion because the game surely needed it for sure. They nailed it this time around for sure. There's still, quite a few bugs or whatever and some issues, but like it feels like it feels like an entirely different game from the base up. Oh, sorry. You left the dungeon and took them with me. You get to smash those at some point. Finally. She kind of fine. Today, what build? I'll probably switch between a couple. I'm starting with Heartseeker, and then I might do some rapid fire later. Yeah, we're getting to the point where like things are like starting to settle down now in a sense. So it's more of a like, waiting for some bug fixes to be able to do other setups and stuff. In the meantime, I'm just chill farming for better pieces than what I already got, but I think most of the experimentation stuff is probably past. I say most, not all, but most. Actually, got you to break down about the expansion first time. Says that's a hatred. I won't have Gimp builds. Yeah. But I want to play the Paladin in D4. Hey, let me scroll up again. I want to play Crimson Desert. Oh God, it sucks on you. I haven't touched Crimson Desert yet. I thought about it. But yeah, Paladin's a lot of fun. If you obviously enjoy that archetype. I'm not a Paladin, that doesn't really interest me, but it's a well done class in terms of like just mechanics. Timo, what's going on? Well, I'm doing all these events in which I don't have to, but oh well. I'm doing it because I want to. What I like about the expansion? There's more complexity, there's substance. In-game loop makes a lot more sense now. They redid all the skill trees, every single skill in the skill trees. They redid. They gave us an actual crafting system that we have a lot of control over what we do with our gear. The torment system, which I was initially criticizing about having 12 different systems, actually works really well in the constraints of what they've done so far. The war plan systems is actually phenomenally done. It's got bugs, but like it makes it so with the different in-game activities, you don't necessarily have to like figure out what to do. Your war plans can kind of like create a path that you might like to do, which can reward you with several different things. It's basically what the first expansion should have been, like by far. Like yeah, like after playing this expansion, it makes me wonder why they even like how they released such a abomination of a first expansion by comparison. You should put out a review. Well, I mean, if you want to get like a better like perspective of it. I mean, you like to watch Skill Up a lot, right? Like Skill Up Gaming. Like he has a video on it, and it's actually pretty well done. I watched it, and he was like, I definitely recommend the expansion. You have to put out pay for the first expansion to get this one. No. As long as you have the base game, you get you buy the expansion, you buy this expansion, you get both expansions basically. But just let me know if you're interested. Like just let me know personally. So you're not I'm gonna just put it that way. Was the Mephisto cutscene? It takes forever. Oh, I don't know. Yo, that's I got a mythic tribute and the Mephisto key. The only problem is I don't have T12 unlocked. Wait, what's the problem again? Everything is fine, but the corruption aspect doesn't work. Really, I didn't know that. How'd you find that out? All right, so next on the war plan is Pit. So we'll do some Pit. Guess we'll do the 115 again. I missed what you said earlier. Replied to me, I had to resmash Lilith in the campaign. Bro, just play the campaign. You want me to tell you what happens in the campaign? Why do you want me to tell you what happens in the campaign? That's like you about to go to the movies, right? And you're about to watch this movie that you pay for, and then you ask your best friend, hey, yo, what happens at the end? Right? Superman dies, right? Right? Like, why do you want to know before you watch the movie? I will say this, the campaign's actually... The campaign is quite good relative to the first expansion's campaign. I'll put it that way. Like the base game, the base game campaign was pretty good. Best of Hatred campaign was garbage. The Lord of Hatred campaign is actually pretty good. You mean they can ask ChatGPT? But I'm just like, man, like, why do you not want to just like, you know, just play? You know what I mean? Anyone that cares about the story? Well, you care about smashing Lilith though, so, and she's part of the story. So, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. Just. Oh man. I didn't grab the box. The one of my progression feels slow. I was like, where are the little orb things at? How am I doing on this fine eating? I'm doing alright. I had to start the stream a little late because I was doing some gig work till real late tonight. Just tune in. What build is this? Heartseeker. It's like my version. It's like try-hard version of Heartseeker, where I'm using Barrage to mark the targets for Pain Gorgers instead of the wolves. It's a little more efficient to do it this way, but also people don't like to necessarily, you know, cast Barrage every 3 seconds or whatever, which I understand. Oh man. Okay. Let me see if I can get the boss to come down here. Never mind. I swear it's always the unstoppable mobs that always follow you. No one else cares. But the ones that you don't want to fight will follow you all the way to the end. They're all in the way. Move out the way. Actually quite impressive that I actually dodged all that in this little small area. I swear I was gonna die to like anything lightning related. That's where, yeah, right. Isn't that right, Doc? Like, it's funny because it's like all the trash mobs. Like, if you're playing in a tower, like a high level tower, high level pit, you know, you pop them in the face, slap them around a little bit, and they don't care, right? They don't care. Even the elites that you want to follow you, that aren't unstoppable, won't follow you. They'll just ignore you. But the moment that you don't look at an unstoppable mob, he takes it personally and just like he Michael Jordans you and just follows you the entire time. Would not let you go. Like, wait, where you going? Where you going? It just chases you throughout the entire and then they somehow get extra movement speed and it's like some weird ass like extra teleportation thing that they don't have as in the fix, just to keep following you the entire time. And you're just like, what in the world is this? Where do they get this extra momentum to continue to want to chase me? Like I'm just like what is this? The overly attached girlfriend mods. It's just like I don't understand this. It's like, so it makes you wonder, like, okay, they obviously can code enemies following you or, you know, or the AI to follow you if they want to. They just only coded them for the unstoppable affixes mobs. It's like playing a cruel trick on us, man. Well, this is actually a good starter glove. Like a good glove to craft on top of. GA on a critical strike chance and GA on a cold damage modifier. Heck yeah. Doesn't matter how you place the Paragon boards as long as they're faced the right way. I mean, pretty much. I mean, to be honest with you, like to go from one board to another, taking most of the decent rare nodes, it's only like a point or two difference. Sometimes it might take you 5 points to get to another board. Sometimes it might take you 4 points depending on the glyph you put there. Sometimes it might take you 6 points. But like the overall impact it has on your build or whatnot is like negligible, like not like non-existent. So it at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like you'll have people who will swear by the idea. It's like, oh, if you went this way, this board is better, but it's like, but it still took you 5 points to get there, like to get out of that board. So it doesn't matter if it goes to the right or the top or the left from one specific board to another. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I think it's part of it is just the way that that they need to just kind of go and look at Paragon boards in general, and like I guess they could kind of need a redesign, to be honest with you. I find them quite boring. They don't really add to the experience. It's just another avenue of more damage. Almost like an extension of your gear. So it just doesn't make farming Paragon or farming for XP that exciting, in my opinion. So if anything, that's like the weakest part of the game for me. That dodge chance. Weakest part of the game is my character at the moment. Okay. Twisted Insanity was going on. Drith was going on. I've been a stream for a little while. I've been grinding. How's the season been? Mostly pretty good. I'm kind of at the moment. I'm kind of just playing to be playing, because I'm actually enjoying doing what I'm doing. There's some min-maxing I guess I can do, but I'm kind of waiting on patches so I can finish my theory crafting for multiple different setups. Can finally, you know, make random arrows at some point, and then I could finish all of my range builds, because I can't complete them without Etna's dagger being fixed and some other stuff. The 5-piece set bonus being a little easier to manage. So but in the meantime, I don't mind just playing the game, doing war plans, getting slightly better pieces of gear or whatnot, because it's actually pretty fun to play. So just chilling, basically. he's gonna keep about to grow big. Oh. Bro, how am I still alive? Trying to get the I can't dip my toe in the poison. Just looking for the dagger. Which dagger? The Edna's dagger, I believe, is Harbinger of Hatred. That's the boss. Of course, I evaded right into that explosion. You out? Alright, Endeavor. Yeah, text me. 10 T10 boss is equivalent to T12 in Jops. I mean, pretty much, yeah. And T10 is just so much faster to kill him, so it's way more efficient. So if you're trying to farm a boss for items, you just do the T10 for way more efficiency. The song goes hard, yeah. I know, right? Almost. Might kill him before the second stagger. I feel like the one like the 115s is just enough to where like there's enough danger where I have to pay attention. But yet not slow enough to feel like I'm like taking forever. Like roughly the 3-minute-ish mark, around, or roughly around 3 minutes-ish. What build you running? I'm playing Heartseeker, but a modified version of my Heartseeker. Probably like, I call it like the try hard variant, I guess. I've been running Dev Trap, Mousetrap, Pin Shot. It's apparently hitting hard. Well, don't go by off of what you see on the leaderboards though. Don't do that. I didn't realize how strong Whirlwind was until you played it. Like, yeah, Whirlwind is ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. You just like between Sork and Rogue. At that point, it's just what you call it. At that point, it's just what fantasy do you prefer? If you get gem strength on all 4 GGs, yeah, that's a pipe dream for like 99% of players. But yes. I will revisit on Rogue. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? How did I zoom in on accident like that? What's the strongest road build this season? Technically is Death Trap, but I wouldn't recommend it for most players. Unless you just have the time to sit there and invest that deeply into trying to put a build together. Outside of that, I mean, literally any of the bow rogue builds really. Penetrating shot is probably the most visually satisfying for sure. But you got penetrating shot, you got rapid fire, barrage, art seeker, poison dance of knives. Like I tell people all the time, I wouldn't just chase numbers on rogue, because rogues have a lot of good builds. Think about what you think you would have fun with, and then you play that. It's not like it was before, where it was like, yeah, one build that's like 30 pit tiers higher than another, or all the other road builds. It's not that like that at all. The deep investment and you still get one shot. Well, I mean, that's kind of rogue life right now in general. You're just gonna get not just rogue life, but in the game currently, like defense is a tough thing to get. But also too, they made sure that you have to make some sacrifices to get defense. Like a lot of us don't run maximum life on weapons, which we should. But that's so much life, and we just don't do it because we want the big deeps, right? We want we want the numbers. But there are definitely slots in which we can be more a bit more defensive, and we just kind of mostly choose not to be. So some of the one shots are definitely our fault as players, but some, not all, some of the one shots are our, or it's just the way we choose to build our characters. What road build is this? Or it's like a modified heart seeker setup. Invites from someone coming from D2, D3, or only having the D4 campaign in the past, currently 140, over one, what gear or right path I should be following. So here's what you should do. Here's the easiest way to look at it, Skier. But for one, go to maxroll.gg for resources in terms of how to understand the game stuff. Like understanding damage, understanding the cube, like the crafting cube thing, talismans, how all that works. And two, all you need to do is after you beat the campaign is just do war plans. This little thing right here where you see those little war plan command tables, do that. This streamlines your experience and makes it a lot easier to gear and just get into the game and like start playing stuff. When I play rogue, I try my best not to get hit and make sure my defense is right to a degree. Well, so the thing is, like, the thing I actually really like about this expansion is that like I feel like I can play rogue the way I want to play rogue mostly. Like some of the one shots I die to, like I look at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's my fault. I just evade in the wrong direction or I dash in the wrong direction, and that's fine. If I can avoid it by just outplaying the content, I prefer that over anything else. And so I then make the choice to either go glassy or not, depending on what I'm able to avoid and what I'm not able to avoid, right? And beforehand, I feel like that wasn't the case. Like we just kind of popped on barrier on Rogan. We were mostly unstoppable at that point, up to a certain degree. But with some of the combat changes or whatnot, there's definitely things that are avoidable more things that are more avoidable than there were before. But then there are also things that are way more chaotic and cluttered that I think they need to revisit in general, regardless of how much toughness you have. Is like ridiculously unfair. But I don't know if anybody's been watching for a while before, or watched me play it for a while before, and then watching me now. But I do a lot more stutter stepping in the sense of my character control than I ever did before, because I couldn't do this. I couldn't do it this way before this expansion. So I enjoy being able to play like this. Something I could not do before. Now, granted, I don't, build like that for, for the actual guys. I make sure that there's plenty of defense that way. But in terms of my personal character, like, I don't mind building to a sense where it's like, oh, if I don't dodge this, I die. Okay, cool. At that point, it's just a, get good dog side type ordeal, and that's fine. Just the ZDDH build with Heartseeker packing group is really fun. That makes sense. That makes sense. That Heartseeker rune is actually goaded for pulling. It's actually kind of nutty. Wow, I actually killed him before he got staggered. On Rogue? That's a first. Oh wait, who are you? I've never seen you before. Ow. Oh, 50 tribute and the thingy. You said the cube low-key is giving you a headache. To be honest with you, when I first saw it, even though I was, I paid attention to, the videos and stuff and whatnot on the topic for those who have played the expansion, it kind of gave me a headache initially too. Because there was like, there's so much you could do with it initially, and it is overwhelming at the start. But in a good way though, because it's more depth than what we're used to having in D4. So I like, it was overwhelming in a good way. Five, 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 five. Where the patch notes, by the way. I don't know if I actually have the link to it. Hold on. Usually !patch should have the updated link to patch notes every time. Should. But I don't know if it should. Keyword is should. Okay, no. Okay, no, that's giving a different link. All right, hold up. Give me a sec. Patch. Find the thing. Say patch. Patch notes. Multi-shot fix now. Alright, that should work now. What level do you think we should finish the campaign roughly? 55, 60? When I finished, I think I was like 48. 47, 48. Wow, that's it. That's all. That was good. That was good. According to my loot filter. Okay. Alright, so we got a nightmare dungeon. Let me salvage these keys, man. Let's use a booty anyway. Gym Reserve is actually okay. I heard Val Splendor is actually pretty good. Go Reserve is actually not bad either. They're actually really good in the escalations for some reason. Oh wait, let me not salvage that. There we go. Craft some more sigils. About 10. What we got? Oh, we got some Nightmare Dungeon ones. Okay, cool. Oh, Champion's Demise. Yes, sir. I don't even care what the affixes is on that. Champion's Demise is like my favorite Nightmare Dungeon back in the day. It's still kind of one of my favorites. Just the aesthetics of it. Across there, whatever it's called, they expired and everyone forward to 100. Well, on launch, I was partied with Rob and Rengar and Aristotelian, and we've kind of found this way to like reset the server or reset the dungeon kind of like midway. I wasn't say reset, but like find another one midway. So like after we clear most of it and Champion's Demise, we will kind of just teleport to the new instance or whatever. And that's how like we got out to level 100 like really quickly. I'm gonna say really quickly, but quick enough. Because of rush hour, yeah. Was Rob as big as he was before D4? Not. He was in terms of like the community was concerned, but not as a content creator. Rob didn't really have the time to do content creating like that. Like he was streaming like at the beginning of the D3 seasons or whatever. But to like really like, you know, do videos and stream like like as much as he's doing right now. No, he couldn't. He couldn't do it at the time. Like again, most of it is because his role. Well, he's no longer with Max Roll now, but his role at Max Roll was, you know, like required a ton of time from him, like a ton of time. Like he was one of the, you know, head guys, I guess you could say. And dude was like literally on all the time. So anytime I needed help with something, like all hours of the day, he was on doing something Max Roll related. It was actually insane. But when he actually, you know, decided to step back from that, is when he started doing a lot more content creating. So he had a lot more time to just, you know, do his streaming stuff and his YouTube stuff. So when you look back at it, it really worked out for him. So it's like he always could have done that before. He just didn't have the time to. I don't know how he streams for so long. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Revenue he gets. But I guess the thing is that like just because so yeah, money is a big incentive, but like but still your body it still takes a toll on your body and your mental. Like it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do. No matter how much money you're making from it. It might look like that from the outside in because it's like you're just sitting behind a computer in front of a camera and a mic and you're just like talking to people, right? So it appears to be a simple thing that you can do for hours and it's like, oh yeah, that's so much easier than like, you know. But it's as someone who does it in a much smaller vein, it is not easy at all. But I can see why it appears that way. Okay, what is going on here? Here we go. I still don't know what this Corn's blood stuff does. Like I have it and I have no idea what it does. There's Mephistophy as well. Yeah. I think Woody doesn't play well. He plays Woody once. Well, I mean, dude is like just from like D4 launch. Dude is like set for life. Has to be. Like just from the first month of D4 launch, he probably could have bought like 4 or 5 helicopters from just that month alone. I mean, you do well, and then like you're smart with your money. You can kind of like not worry about so much about your statistics or whatever, and trying to meet whatever, and then you can kind of just do it however you want to, versus being so concerned about your metrics and making sure that you remain relevant, that your audience sticks around, so therefore you can still pay your bills, etc. That's a whole nother stressful layer of things when you're full time. Like someone like Woody is, right? So not only that though, but at that point it's really just about making sure you maintain your sponsorships, because the ad revenue, isn't what they're getting. That's not where they're really making their money at that level. It's really the sponsorships, the sponsorship deals, and then I guess subscribers as well. Which is like seems like such a nice guy. He is. He is. Um, he's very blunt, but he's nice. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's your typical German. Highly efficient, straight to the point. What I mean by efficient, I don't mean just like playing, but even like leading and guiding is like everything ultra high efficiency. He's fun though. When what way he's gonna play it as, I could probably see him doing like pin shot. To be honest with you, I don't see Booty playing Death Trap at all. Not in hardcore either, like, at least. Like there's no way he's gonna have the gear to even like get Death Trap off the ground at the start. Like I don't think he's gonna play Death Trap. Not to mention, even when Death Trap was good, he wasn't playing it much anyway. Like he didn't seem too fond of it. Yeah, he'll probably do pin shot. He likes pin shot a lot. It's so much more taxing to me than just doing it as actual work. Nah, it's just it's a different type of taxing. I put it that way. Moving into the content creating sector, like full time ish type thing. Like it's hard to truly understand until you do it. Like someone could talk about it and tell you all day, but like it's hard to really understand, like truly understand what it does to you. I remember having this conversation with Rax way back in the day. I'm talking about like about 4 years ago. Um, and when I tried to like get when I started doing almost like daily, like started like streaming daily and getting into YouTube videos, he would check on me and be like, "Hey, you good? Everything's good." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, so far I'm good." And of course it's super exciting at first, right? Because it's like, "Hey, I'm moving into this space a bit more seriously and whatnot." But it's like it catches up to you. Right? Then we're happier nowadays. I mean, I do. I will say that I do miss the D3 days racks. Um, just also you guys got to remember too as well. Like I mean there. I've been hearing that like yeah he's been really negative a lot in the recent, and doesn't really seem too happy and stuff like that. But the dude streams every single day, literally every single day, as a pledge for 10 years. Like that, that's getting to him. Whether or not he's going to actually admit or say anything, the idea of keeping that up and keeping that promise to himself and to his audience, that is actually getting to him. So there will be mood swings. There will be times where he's just like over everything, like everything, like just life in general. Like it's getting, like that will get to anybody. $40 hours of construction or sales versus 40 hours of streaming. It's funny because I've done 40 hours of sales and 40 hours of teaching, I guess you could say, as a teacher. 40 hours versus 40 hours of streaming. I guess like I guess the thing you also got to think about too is like, you know, a big part of it is do you genuinely like what you're doing? Is also another thing. There comes a point to when you start growing as a content creator. There comes a point to where are you enjoying what you're doing, or have you moved into the space to where you're creating content that you know your audience wants, but not what you want to really do. But you do it because you know that's where the money is. You know that's what the YouTube algorithm wants to spit out. You know that's what people want to see. More often than not, when a streamer starts getting bigger and doing more content and whatnot, they get into that space where they realize they have to kind of make a choice. Where they get you end up getting into a space to where you just kind of have to do what you have to do to survive. You know who was in that space for some time that people really don't realize or isn't really paying much attention to? A perfect example of that is Darth Microtransaction. He's literally, he has been in that space for some time now, where he knows that he has to, you know, put out certain content because that is just what his brand is. And he cannot deviate too far from that. And he does not like that. But it is the job now, so and when it gets to that point where your life becomes creating content that you don't like, then that's when like depression and you know the idea of what are you doing with your life starts to really set in. That mythics are pretty easy to get. Yes, they are. Then my guess is that streaming would be easier than the other two. Well, you also got to remember that streaming, like doing content creation, is technically sales in a different way. Like it's like when you truly think about it. Yes, selling your brand. Making sure that the customers who provide you with your steady income via, you know, support via subscribing or, you know, watching clicking on the video is happy with your product. And then the moment that you make a video they don't like, they DM you directly instead of telling your manager. They DM you directly and tell you how much of a POS you are for deviating once from your content. Oh, you didn't stream one day? Oh, you got like, 1,000 people mad at you because you took a break on your birthday. Oh, you said this one build isn't really that good. Well, expect 100 DMs, of people saying, how much of a POS you are, and take back what you said and make a video saying that the build is actually not that good, or sorry, that the build is actually better than what they said. You'd be surprised on the opposite end what happens behind the scenes that a lot of people just don't see. Just don't have a birthday. True. Be born on the 29th of February. So you're going to take a vacation once every leap year? Easier to block people online though? I mean, yes and no. Because if you're growing as a content creator, you have to be in the socials, which means that you're going to see these people make new accounts and sit there and say the things that they're also saying. Not to mention death threats and also like, people sending things to your house and whatnot because they somehow got access to something. Like it's a very dangerous and uncomfortable thing at times. Chances are in sales, you're not going to get someone following to your house or trying to figure out where you live. The worst that's going to happen is that they're going to yell at you, and then they're going to get their manager, and then they're going to yell at the manager. But they're not going to actively try to find where you live. At least I hope not. I when I was in sales, I didn't experience that. But who knows? But death threats are never. It's so strange how attached some people can get to very specific content or very specific things that you're doing, and so it's a very sensitive space to be in. So what's the best thing to do after you finish the campaign? War plans, or this thing right here. War plans all day, every day. Death trap. Realize he slipped. Okay, continues to. No, I'll put it this way. Most people don't know this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put this out there. For those who probably have been around my stream a couple of years ago, like I think I told the story once or twice. I think most people who are here are probably newer, on the newer side. I've gotten many racial and death threat comments when I first started playing Diablo 4 and writing for Maxroll. At the start when the game first came out, it was actually like really, really, really bad. It's to the point where I don't visit Sanctuary Discord because of that reasoning. And I even spoke to mods about it, and the mods at the time didn't do anything about it, so I just don't visit them anymore. But let me tell you how ridiculous some people were being. So like, remember, keep in mind, I was doing road guys for Maxroll, and so was Woody Joe, right? And of course, let's be real, Woody Joe is way bigger than I am. Like, he's a superstar. I'm kind of like this. I'm like, the guy who supplies towels for the water boy who supplies water for the rest of the team. Like that's the status I am relative to Woody Joe, obviously, right? So keep in mind, Woody Joe was like averaging 40,000 viewers per stream at a time. He was like literally the biggest Diablo 4 streamer by a long shot. So anytime that he would do a rogue build for himself personally, he'll just make some stuff up. It's not even efficient half the time. He just makes some stuff up for fun. And people would get mad at me because the rogue build that is on Maxroll did not match what Woody Joe was doing on the fly at the time, and said that I should not be working for Maxroll because I'm black and I have no idea what I'm doing. I even got death threats. And I didn't even do anything anyway. I didn't even make any like anything. I'm doing what I'm told to be, you know, what I'm told to do. But because it wasn't exactly what Woody Joe was doing, I got the brunt of that on the back end. I mean, thousands of DMs. And I don't even know who these people are. Like, I didn't even say anything to them. I didn't cause anything. It's literally because Woody Joe played something different than I did. And that was it. Woody Joe had one stat different on his gear than what was on Maxroll, and all of a sudden I'm the problem. So like, you'd be surprised how crazy people can be about it. I was like this close to just like stepping back from doing content creating, because like the thing about it is that like it wasn't like I was saying or doing anything controversial to cause any backlash. I just legit did what I was told to do from Woody Joe, and who reviewed the guide. So he approved what I was doing on Maxroll, and that still wasn't enough for some people. Not some. I would say a chunk of people. Yeah, the amount of like sleepless nights I had, the amount of like times where Woody Joe kind of had to go back and be like, y'all chill with this, right? Was actually quite insane. And it's funny, and the funny thing is, I never received that in all the years that I've been doing like action RPG stuff. Like in D3, never was never a problem. After the first maybe 3 or 4 months of D4 launch, never a problem. It was just the influx of people who were just coming into the game brand new, and they had their strong opinions, and it just was what it was, right? And I was just like, it was just insane, man. It was just, so like, I say that to kind of put it out there for someone who wasn't even like making content or that was controversial, or, you know, people could dislike on the surface. And that's the kind of stuff I got. I can only imagine, you know, you can only imagine what people like Rax, you know, would get for just making a video people don't like, or what DM gets, what Woody Joe might get. They're not getting racial comments or like that, obviously, no. But like just some of the backlash that they get, you know, at their level of like content creating, like it's quite insane what they deal with on like a normal thing. I got a chance to meet DM personally with the Spiritborn playtest whenever I did that, and like I won't go and tell his whole story because I don't know if he wants me to like speak publicly about, you know, some of this stuff. But he would tell me, he's like people think, he said, people from what it looks like, you would think people like, a lot of people like me, but like if I showed you my DMs, it would look like everybody hates me. He's like, yeah, like everybody in the world hates me all of a sudden. Like I started playing PoE instead of doing D4 or like that, and all of a sudden like my DMs are flooded with just, you know, hate messages and stuff. I'm like, he's like, I don't even know what I did wrong. Like I don't know what I did. I just decided to play a different game, and all of a sudden it was like I just ended the world, the universe of people. So yeah, but anyways, you traitor. Yeah. It's been a minute since you heard the song. Yeah, I have a bunch of like 90s hits, man. in real ways because you're right. Anyway, to discriminate feels like, but I doubt you're getting much hate. Honestly, to be honest, I honestly don't think the people who were like saying what they were saying are actually just are actual like racist. Like people who say things like that are only doing it to get a reaction when they don't like you. So it's like, well, how do I really piss off somebody that I don't like? Or that they're doing something that I don't like or whatever. Well, you say something that you think that they would not like. And what's easier to do so than to race bait in a sense? I really don't think the majority of people who were saying the things they were saying are actually like literal racists. Which is honestly, in my opinion, offensive to the actual racist, right? Like if I was an actual racist, you know, I'd be a little upset. You know, for these like, you know, fake racist people just doing it just for a reaction, right? Generally speaking, like those who do really have that, who really do feel that way, aren't as verbal or upfront or those kind of things. They let you know in other ways. They definitely let you know in other ways, but it's usually not through an online spat of some sort. That's usually not how that happens. Yeah. But anyways, but yeah, that was a pretty tough time. Eventually people have kind of got around to realize that, hey, Yoxa actually does know what he's doing with the road guys or whatever. And eventually, you know that kind of has passed, but it was not. It was yeah. It was a time. Amateur races. I guess so. It's a mentally ill status to be racist in your opinion. You can be that way all the time. It's hard to, it's like the thing is that it's hard to bait me with that, because like I know what you're doing, and it's like, and oftentimes it's like done in like a pretty bad way too. Like I have to kind of like teach them how to actually do it correctly to get a response out of me. It's like, well, if you really want to make me upset, here's what you do. You know, like you need a different plan, like a different playbook on this. And for those who have been a while, who's been around here for a while, you've seen me deal with people who were trying to be racist before. Like my mods know, because my mods won't ban them. Like my boss will just let them talk, because they know that I'm like, no, chill, let them talk, let them talk, let them talk. Let's see. Because I'm gonna start a real guys wondering which is the best build to push. So if you're just starting a rogue, pushing shouldn't be like the number one thing you think about. Like pushing is like after you've gotten like all of your gear pieces and it's like, well, like, you know, got all the stats you want, got quite a few different GAs, those kind of things. Like that's kind of when you want to think about the pushing aspect of things. But you got like 6 choices. I would say Pin Shot and Depth Trap would be a little better than the others. Keyword a little better for pushing. But also you got Barrage, Rapid Fire, Heartseeker, Poison Dance of Knives, which also do really well in the pushing aspect too as well. But don't pick a build based on just the pushing aspect alone. That's your racism, guys. Eric, what's going on? Briefly look at every road guide and watch some gameplay and what looks fun, those videos. They're all good to see. Yeah, that's what I preach, honestly. I think, and you know, in today's society, in 2026 in general, and I do want to emphasize the word general. We as people, you know, we work too hard trying to just, you know, have a good living, to boot up a game and play a build we don't like and not have fun with it just because someone says it deals a lot of zeros. Okay? Pick something you like to play so you can really enjoy yourself. At the end of the day, video games or video games, right? It's an escape. Action RPGs especially, because it's, you know, oftentimes can be a mind-numbing grind. It's not really meant for competition. There are other games that are way better for that if that's your thing. It's really just about killing demons, getting stronger, getting loot, and killing more demons. Rinse and repeat. So you pick a class, you pick a few builds in which you think fits that playstyle, that fantasy of why you picked up the game in the first place. J-Rockets, what's going on? Are pinch shot DT also the builds you recommend for easy build? No, I would not. Definitely not DT at all. If you're looking for easy, if you're looking for easy going, like easy to play, easy going, Heartseeker is definitely like up there. Dance of Knives is up there. Those would be the two I would recommend if you're looking for easy, like just streamline, super straightforward, hard to really mess up type sort of thing. Flurry is also pretty easy, but there's definitely some gear pieces that you're gonna have to kind of get in order to maintain the helm correctly. So, but outside of that, the gameplay itself is easy. Wait, so the people who are doing 150 as pinch shot are bug abusing? Yes. Doing 25-second 150s is not a normal thing in this game. Incognito. It's like the people like on these like gambling platforms, right? Or sorry. Let me phrase this: prediction platforms, right? Where like someone somehow, I like just happens to predict something that is like highly unlikely to happen at just the right time to make $700,000 or something, and then someone goes, "Oh man, he didn't just guess that right? He didn't just get lucky? Are you sure he didn't just get lucky? There's no way that he just had no information and just thought to himself, I'm going to put $50,000 on this random ass, like, no way in the world type prediction, right? You just lucked out. Just lucked out. No, you know, just got lucky, right? And I'm gonna leave it at that. Just gonna leave it at that. Like shorting multiple times over. Is that just luck though that the butcher showed up? That's like that is 25 seconds, but you're not going to be able to kill a butcher in 150 like that though. So something's up. Down actual in-game guys, it only has glyphs level 2 100. Is that correct? There should be a level 150 version or level 150 step, which is basically filling in, you know, the other not so important rows. But I actually gotta do the last steps on my guys. I actually did not do that. I did it all the way up to 100, but I need to actually fill out the steps myself. So that is my bad. Most of the time, it's just me forgetting to do it versus not having the time to do it. Because it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta do that last step. But it's really not that important. It's just more so picking up more life and all res nodes if there weren't already on the way, or like maybe like some random blue nodes that might just be some additive damage or whatever. You're just kind of just filling out the stuff you don't need. It's because you have more points. Thanks for the rogue tips on prediction platforms. What an amazing gap in the legal and regulatory system. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm just leaving it there because like I'm not trying to open up that can of worms. So I just wanted to bring that example of like how wild of of a thought that was. Where am I from? East Coast? Yeah. My Paragon points are... Oh, I was talking about Paragon points, but yeah, glyphs can go up to 150, not 100. So if it doesn't seem like it goes higher than 100 on max roll, then I need to make a fix if it's on any of my guides. Shout out to NYC. Yeah, that's actually where I was born. Well, Brooklyn is where I was born. I just don't have the accent anymore because I was kind of young when I moved to the South. Not by choice. I was, still under 18 years old. So it's not like I could just say, no, I'm staying in New York. So, mom was like, nah, we're going to the South. And I'm like, oh. And yep, that's how that went. I say water. Yeah. So I say water as if I'm like, that's like one of the very few things that I kept my accent with. Yeah. I can't say water. I can't say water. I can't do it. It's got to be water. Oh man. My stacks are not there. What am I doing? Well, I stay, for whatever strange reason, my loot filter does not filter out the charms that well, even though I have the rule. I have two different rules for them, and I still get the charms and the seals that like I don't want. So I just end up with a bunch of them on the ground still. If I didn't know already, that's how you could tell. I know, yeah. Wonder if that also means that the builds of the guys at the top of the road pit are specialized for the bug abuse and not actually a better way to build it. No, it is the bug. It's literally for the bug abuse. If you look at some of the people's gear, it's like literally like it's like the gear that people don't want at the thrift shop that they're wearing because it doesn't even matter how like what the gear looks like. Like you literally see like some like grade 2 gems on like their gear, on some of their gear because it just doesn't even matter. with that being said, you should totally ignore what the setups are at the top of the leaderboard. Like don't go look, don't follow. Literally straight up just ignore. Because you'll be in for a bad time if you follow it without the abuse. Guess I'll hold on.
Goodbye. It has been a pleasure.
Is that the end of my whatchamacallit? Oh. This.
It is done.
You say where? I still got family there, so I rather not say. Most of my family is still in that area. No. You're good. You're good. Just those are reasons why I was pretty vague. But you're good. How to be that bug is gonna be fixed in a couple of days though. Yep. They clean up the leaderboards as well. Usually, I think they reset the leaderboards once every 2 weeks. I think is what they're gonna be doing anyways. So it's gonna naturally clear itself out. Where am I at now? I am in the southeast. C6, what's going on? Ideas. So then their ideas are using Harlequin and doing worse than Perdition and Legendary Weapon. Yeah. So like, if you think about it, Hunts, if Maxroam or other build sites are not promoting that setup that you see on the leaderboards, there's definitely a reason why we're not. At that point, all they need to do is survive. The damage is mostly irrelevant as long as they abuse the bugs. Like I said, do not pay attention to to those setups that you see on the very top of the leaderboards. You're from Charlotte, North Carolina? Interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. Very interesting. I teach there now, so I'll say that. You probably know the schools that I've taught at Charlotte. Like, if you're from Charlotte, there's no way you wouldn't know these schools. For sure. In fact, I'll actually give you some of the schools, Doc. Arjukel High School, South Mecklenburg High School. I did a combined indoor group that also involved Providence High School, Butler High School. South Meck was the first school I taught at in Charlotte. It's actually the first school that I was able to put on the map for competitive indoor percussion in the WGI scene. So like, that school will always have like a special place for me. And a ton of my former students from that school, from that program, still come back and hit me up for like, some drinks or whatever. I'm new to D4 and I want to go all around marksman build. What skill do you recommend? I saw Pen Shot, Barrage, Rapid Shot. Any of them really. All of them are good. I would just kind of look at, I will look at gameplay of them all and then go, hey, that looks the coolest of them all. I want to do that. and then you play that. I promise you, you can't go wrong with any of them. I would actually stay away. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't want to say to stay away from Barrage, but the multi-shot variant is bugged, which is honestly by far the coolest variant of Barrage. So like I would probably do between Pin Shot, Rapid Shot, or even Heart Seeker until the multi-shot is fixed with the combo points. But yeah, Doc, yeah. So yeah, we yeah. Just gonna put it that way. You're in the military, haven't been in it in 16 years. Yeah, but the fact that you knew the name of the schools. I guess RGK and Providence wasn't a thing 16 years ago then, but South Mech definitely was. Or I don't know. I think Providence might have been the thing, but RGK might not have been built yet at that time. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. No. Maybe something like that. Wish we got UE multi-shot from D3. We kind of do now. Like Barrage multi-shot is kind of like that. And I know exactly what you're talking about because UE multi-shot was like my favorite build on Demon Hunter by far. So it actually does feel like that. It really does feel like that. Is it as good a feeling as it was in D3? Not exactly, but it's hella close. Are all the core skills for Rogue able to clear Pit 100? Oh yeah, Pit 100 is easy. It's yeah. All the core skills can practically speed farm 110 plus. Not clear, but just like just speed farm. So yeah, I mean, take your pick. Not volume multi shot wasn't bug. Yeah, I'm glad I found out. I'm glad I was able to find the bug because it was. Had I not decided to try to be more experimental at the time with some other different variations, just because I wanted to. And I go look back at the damage of it. I'm like, wait a minute, why is the damage this? But then yet it says over here that the damage is this, and I'm like, something's fishy here. And it's the same thing with the Ruckus variation on Rapid Fire, which we don't use anyway, so that's fine. But Ruckus has the same problem as multi-shot does for Barrage, unfortunately. But because when it was reported, which was a couple of days ago, I didn't expect for it to be in this first patch. So hopefully in the next patch that they do, which might be like a week from next Wednesday or whatever, that will include those fixes. My parents' house is between Tuxedo and Freedom Drive. Okay. Yeah. I pass by there often. But I found some really game-breaking bugs on Shadow Clones. Even more. Not surprised. Don't stop. I gotcha. So you know Heart Seeker leveling? That's cause I haven't personally tested it yet. I was just going by the math that kind of suggests that it wouldn't be as good as it was before the expansion. But I do plan on going back and like Leveling a new fresh road to test out a theory of Heartseeker leveling that I have. And if I like it, I'll put it back on max roll. What looks best for what leveling, or? It's not damage, it's basically just let you farm infinite materials. Don't want this in the game. Jeez. It seemed like the Shadow Clones have stepped their game up in season and the expansion. It's like, oh, you thought I was bugged before. You thought I was OP before. Okay. Wait till the expansion. Because, you know, Shadow Clone was practically carrying us all throughout the first expansions. I should take what looks best for me leveling. Yeah, basically. Yep. You count as players or any ambush in event with tempo, easy to manipulate. That's just crazy, man. What is it with these swords that spawn after killing the elite and they just follow you for days? Yeah, I don't like that sword. Like, so the part I don't like about that sword is that it's hard to see them until they're like above you, right above your head, about to like stab you like right in the top of your head, right? And then by that time, it's like you have very little time to react at that point. But it's not so much about having the little time to react. It's the fact that none of your skills on the road has any sort of iframes. So like you can react and then you hit the appropriate button to get out the way, like evade or dash or shadow step for freaking crying out loud. And you'll die in the middle of the animation of you trying to get out the way. Which I always find quite amusing because it's like that part isn't taking into consideration between when the sword is above your head and when it actually hits the ground. Because by the time you could press one of those buttons, there's going to always be some latency, and then there's some startup time, like 25 or 27 frames for a startup time for dash or whatever, you know, and 20 something frames for evade, 19 or 20 frames for evade. So when you push the button, there's already frames on top of latency, on top of no iframes. And so the amount of times I've died trying to escape it with one of the three options because I saw the sword too late until it was above my head has just been insane. Has been absolutely insane. And the thing about it is that like it's hard to see the sword when you're fighting a bunch of things at the same time. A lot of times you don't see it until it's like, you know, again, right above your head. So I always think to myself, I'm just like, why did they make something like that so strong? Right? Like so strong, where the counterplay is just, I hope you see it in the mess of all the stuff that's going on. And that's it. Screw that. Be sure to follow him. Even though of any T12 road builds to take down Mephisto, it's at that point it's really not about the build. It's just whether or not you know the mechanics well enough to not die. That's it. Literally every build can technically do it. Can you survive long enough to do the mechanics on said build is the question. Other words, there is no easy way to do that on Mephisto T12. Like there isn't one build where it's like, oh, if I do it, I'm gonna have a much easier time. No, that's not the case. Appreciate the follow. All right, Inti, you have a good one. Yeah, Heartseeker is so chill. Even if I am adding a lot of stutter step to it, but just the idea of it. Oh, I got the all unstoppable mobs right now. Eating up all my Heartseeker Pierces for the boss. You're on a pinch shot, but it shoots so slow. Why'd you pick Ballista for? Are you following a guide, or are you just kind of just like winging it? Is it Pit again? I tend to always choose Pit for, for the war plans, it seems like. I start with the base campaign and I chose hard. Is that fine? Normal is generally where you want to be, honestly. The reward difference for how long it takes to kill mobs is usually not worth going above normal at the start. Now, once you start getting stuff and maybe you find like a really good piece of gear or something, and you might want to jump up or whatever, that's fine. But initially, normal is kind of what you want to do at the start. But hard is fine as long as you're not like taking forever to kill. Are there optimal setup for these war plans? I mean, kinda, yeah. Depending on what you're trying to do, yeah. Honestly, I just picked different crap because I just wanted to experiment and see what to see what stuff actually does. So my war plans are all like my war plan, trees or whatever, are all not like thought out. They're not all well thought out at all. They're just being like, hey, I wonder what this does, sort of thing. You got good. Heart seems good. Okay. Well, if it's feeling good for you, then stay there. Just got. Really? I had the one stagger kill. The joy being Torment 3 first unique in 5 hours. I kind of do like I like how they did the leveling. I like how like the blues were definitely more like were relevant for a lot longer. Well, that was actually good chances there. Getting robot that can make you some melted heart? Not really, no. DT could, but DT's already super squishy. So if you try to do melted heart on DT, you're just gonna die like to everything. Like you'll be so squishy. Like you'll die from porting from one place to another because of the change of temperature. Would have killed your rogue. Like that kind of squishy die. So only on Barb really makes true use of it, but appreciate the follow.
Step up to my anvil.
Helltide. There is no Helltide. Okay. Oh, there is a Helltide. Why wouldn't it let me port them? Unless this is like fake tide. Is this fake tide? Might be. No, I guess in the meantime, let's go get a free whisper. And I click on it there. Okay, yeah, he's there. Can't believe I actually missed him with all the arrows off the horse. Like legit, all my arrows missed. I was trying to come in with the cool entrance too. Not like the arrows was gonna actually do any damage, but I just want to look cool. And I shot the arrows like literally over his head. Massive fail. Why wouldn't the new DT amount to hard work? I just told you. I said you can, but you will die to everything. Like everything. Like it's way squishier than as squishy as we are now. So have fun, you know, with the little like, you know, trash maggot mob, you know, just coming up to you and like, you know, rubbing his belly against you and you just die. Like, you know, like if you're cool with that, sure. I mean, if that's how you want to roll, cool. Okay, I am blocked in. Hey, you, there we go. Thank you. Gosh, rude. I'm trying to get the blacksmith. Excuse me. Guys, you guys, come on. You're blocking the blacksmith. No, screw this. Don't even need a blacksmith anyway. Those guys are so rude. Lord Sword, what's going on? I'm on a maggot too. They're hanging around the blaster like you got, you got that. I think they're trying to upgrade too, man. I think they're in town trying to masterwork their setup or whatever. They're getting tired of getting mowed over, man. They're like, you know what? Screw that, man. I wanna upgrade too. It's just like, oh man, they just. Okay, so now we do have a Helltide. All right, we're tied now. I wonder if I can like profile them and see like, I mean, like see what kind of gear and like what kind of build these demons are running. See what the meta really is for the bad guys, you know. It's like, oh, that's why lightning is doing as much damage. I see. How was Cruxy? Have I done it? I've done it in groups. I haven't done it like solo yet for whatever strange reason. I keep forgetting to do it, to be honest. It's a lot like Echoing Nightmares from like Diablo 3. I don't know if you ever played that before. So because I know what it's like and it's literally the same setup, really. I guess I'm not like as hyped to just jump into it, if that makes sense, because it's like, oh, it's legit a copy and paste mode from what it was before. I'll do it, don't get me wrong, but I guess I don't have that curiosity factor with it. Barbin. Oh, butchers. Is this on the widescreen monitor? Yeah, this is an ultra wide. But I got the baby ultra wide, like the 34-inch ultra wide, not the 49-inch or the 172-inch. Those massive beast of monitors that I can't like wrap my head around being able to do anything productive on. This is an OLED though. The monitor's really pretty. I'm enjoy Helltide if it be a solo instance. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. Because like, imagine how much more density you would probably have for yourself if you're not sharing, you know, the activity with others. Just walking. I think I saw Lord Sora for a little bit. I don't know if he's still there. So I'm going to follow you now because I always wonder what it looks like on the live screen, and now I'm convinced to get one because of you. So it looks really good. Like, the one thing I will say that I don't like on the ultra wide, which it's the case with any ultra wide on any game sometimes, is just that like your top to bottom view is going to always look relatively small or hindered compared to your left and right, because obviously your left and right is much wider, right? So anytime that I'm doing anything, if I'm fighting something and I'm trying to dodge something, I always want it in my, you know, top left, bottom right, those kind of things. But if it's just top to bottom straight, it gets a little harder to see because, you know, again, ultra wide. But I mean, that's a very small inconvenience compared to the, you know, to the positives, I guess you could say, of gaming on the ultra wide. Nice. Did you hear your name? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I saw you earlier in the chat. I didn't know if I acknowledged. What's actually looking for in Shard? I mean, I got me a pretty okay one now. But I was just trying to like roll a couple of different additive fixes because I wanted to test something. So but I figured, well, let me see if anybody got some got some extras before I went to go farm for extras. But I'm good now though. But I appreciate it. You can add military plan upgrades to the build. Can you be a little more specific? You mean like the war plans, or? Are you asking me if can I add the war plans to the planner? Is that what you're asking? we're gonna go. Oh, this is a good song too. I think I'm gonna just grab a random. Oh wait, let me grab that ring. Armor in the Q would be a defensive stat, right? You mean like for tempering? Dread? Or what? Got a 5 GA roll doing the final Q. Transfiguration. Cherry, what's happening? You mean like adding a fixes? Yeah, defensive. Defensive or utility are usually. I mean, you actually I don't know. Can you? I'm pretty sure you can add an offensive thing to, like an offensive stat to like yellow gear or something. Like I mean, it'll be Dex, I think. Maybe I actually haven't tried to do that. Because usually I will have a chest. I'm like, oh, it already has Dex. Okay, cool. And then kind of go from there. Like this build with pin shot. I mean, I play a bunch of different. Well, I play 3 different range builds, so it's not like so. Today I'm choosing to play Heart Seeker. In about an hour, I might play some rapid fire. Like, so I'm not like married to any one build. But I play what I like. That's my motto. I think you said I'd build something special tonight. Well, see what happened was. you're trying to decide what to pick. Well, in this stream, I'm gonna always refer you to what you think you're gonna have the most fun playing. I know, generally speaking, the common sense or the main consensus when you ask a streamer what to play is always whatever is producing the most zeros and the most commas and the damage number, right? It's like, oh, you should play this because it deals like a fulfillions amounts of damage, right? Well, there's truth to that. I'm not saying that isn't true, but there is this thing called fun factor, right? And sometimes the builds that are doing bajillion fulfilling damage may not be fun, may not be fun to execute. And at the end of the day, you play action RPGs, right? Not for competition, because God knows there are games that are way better competitive games than action RPGs. You play it because you're just kind of, want to get on, kill some stuff, loot gear, get stronger, rinse and repeat, and escape from reality. And that's kind of really it. So I always express fun factor. Now, I would never point you to a build that like cannot reach content. Like if you can't do T12 on something, like I would never tell you to play that build if you can't do regular content or the important content, right? But But yeah. But I've always pointed to something that I think you might have fun playing based off of what you like. So that is there your European shop build anywhere? I didn't personally make one as of yet, so but I will point you to the Maxro pin shot that Matthias did, which is really good. You know, actually, I'm gonna save my cinders because maybe if I do, oh, got the horse. Oh. What mass pit push can Heartseeker go? Well, is that with everything fixed or with or as of like the current? No, as of current maybe. With RMT level gear, RMT level Korean Chinese gear, perfect sinks, all that stuff. Between 129, 130 maybe. 128, 129. You having a lot of fun on my Heartseeker build? Cool, man. Good to hear. Just picked up a random wind force while leveling. Should I swap over to barrage to level gear faster? Well, technically speaking, a lot of the bow rogue stuff kind of overlaps. So like, literally, if you want to just put your points from pin shot to barrage and play the same exact wave for now because you got a wind force, yeah, sure, you can do that. Using the master run that feels clunky compared to the leveling build. Is it because I don't have all the aspects yet? Shadow and Blue above, retired Pap, of course, it doesn't feel as good. It shouldn't be Shadow and Blue in the max roll guide at all. At least not to my knowledge. Is it? Ace, I appreciate the sub. What I mean, RMT gear, real money trading gear, like gear that people spend real money on, as in like perfect gear ish. How's Heartseeker the season? Good. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. What spec would be close to Demon Hunter from D3? That's what I want to play. Yo, so UE multi-shot, right? That's what you want. So the unfortunate part, Tennis, the unfortunate part is that like multi-shot right now is bugged with combo points. Like it doesn't scale. So you can play it if you want, but you'll be kind of like it. You won't get the output you would like as you're starting to gear better and stuff because it's not scaling with combo points appropriately. It will be fixed at some point, but this is exactly what I would recommend for you. Like if you love Demon Hunter from D3, Barrage Multi-Shot is exactly what I would recommend because I love me some Demon Hunter in D3. But I can't recommend multi-shot right now. I can recommend Secession because it works and it does a lot of damage, but it's nowhere near as much fun as multi-shot, just being honest. How did I not get banned for that? I mean they do bans sometimes, but they don't announce that they do bans. They just do the bans. I think someone said some mantras that's people who complain about build variety actually don't know what they're saying because they'll just chase the most powerful build anyway. This is true for all action RPG communities. I mean, There is truth to that. Yeah, very much so. Um, because I mean, ideally, the point of action RPG is to feel like a god, right? Is to feel all powerful and stuff like that. And so whatever's broken is gonna make you feel all powerful and a god much faster than things that aren't as broken, right? So there is merit to why people choose to do so, but at the same time, you are correct. Um, and you know the idea of people may not, or there'll be complaints about there not being build build diversity or what or whatnot. The Twisted Blade is Twisted Blade role playable? Yeah, it is. Oh, I could do Helltide again anyways. Okay, so I got all these centers I didn't spend. Nice. All right, so I just gotta go back and grab some chests and then be gone. Zoom in and T10 with multi is fun. Yeah, I mean it works. Don't get me wrong. It works. It's not like you can't play multi shot right now with it being bugged. It's just like, especially since bossing or single target is such a big portion of what you do in the game, whether that is Cuirass, Undercity boss, pit boss, lair bosses, like single target is such a big deal. And so without the proper scaling, it just becomes harder on Barrage. Well, multi-shot, that is. I mean, you can switch to Succession for those specific scenarios, but then it's kind of weird. I can't recommend that on the guide, if that makes sense. And say, oh, by the way, anytime you fight a lead or a boss or something like that, just switch your variation real quick, right? And then switch it back after you finish. Like I can't recommend that. Sound like the Cersei gem combo makes you think of Atlantis. Really? Where you switch from combo points to inner sight, you'll do a lot less damage that way. Because the whole set is kind of built around you being able to play with combo points that way. So not only will your multi-shot deal just as much damage as if you did go inner sight, but now your basic attacks will actually no, your basic attacks really won't get affected by it in that sense. But I guess point being is that like the thing is that you do less damage. You do less damage if you take multi-shot while having combo points than if you just didn't take anything at all. Which is really annoying. It's like hella annoying that it's that way right now. You think without bugs would multi-shot be top tier? If I said no, would you still play it? And in all seriousness, no. In all seriousness, though, if when that bug is fixed, multi-shot should deal about double the amount of damage that it's dealing right now. I'll just put it that way. That's probably a better reference. I'm gonna try it out and have it be reliable T12 farming. I mean, you can technically farm with multi-shot now, kind of, in T12 with really good gear. It's just that your output would be double if it once it's fixed. You want to see it? I can play some multi-shot right now. You guys want to see multi-shot? Even though it's missing about double his damage. I can do it real quick. I've gotten some new gear since then, so we'll kind of see how this is gonna roll. Yeah. My setup is definitely a little bit different than what it was. All right, so let me put stuff here. And all right, so we do need that. Get the gem from that. I guess I can use the strata gear. That's fine. Got that. Sure. We'll keep this. We need to retemper this. Nice. Yeah. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure I got. Oh, okay, we can go with these boots though. I mean, yeah, we'll go with this amulet too, actually. And then we'll go with this chest. Sir said. Oh dang, I ain't got no room. Okay. Alright, let me triple check some stuff. We got this cunning stratagem still. Yeah, okay. Alright. Check my skill tree again. Okay, I do have it on multi-shot. Just got that down there. Check my charm. Oh man, oh, that's right. Good thing I did check this. This is about to be real bad. Okay, this is probably in here. Is that what this one is? Yeah, it is that one. Okay, so Scoundrel's Kiss is good. Seal is the wrong seal. We need to get seal. Wherever it put it. Where did it put it? Yeah, put it here. Oh, so this is where all my stuff is at. 3 marksman. Imbuements, marksman. Marksman. That's that Lenta. Okay. Did that. All right. This is good enough. I think we can roll with what we got here. Let's change smoke grenade. Shadow. Sorry, concealment. I'll take that. But I have this here for some reason. What did I? Oh, that's right. I had this. Okay, so we maxed out Barrage, maxed out Heartseeker. Pretty sure that is it, but knowing me, I'm sure I'm missing. I'm sure I'm missing something somewhere. It's not. I'm not gonna know until I'm legit in the pit or something. Right, let me make sure I put all my other gear in the proper place. X-Men is fine. That's fine. That's fine. Cool. All right, now we're playing multi-shot. New war plans. Ah, front of horse. I guess that'd be a good place to do some stuffs. All right, here we go. Do I have an open playlist for my music? Yep. Exclamation mark playlist. How's the abutment efficiency bug with potential damage gains? Well, that's mainly for poison builds. That has no effect on cold builds. So like if you're playing like poison twisting blaze or poison dock or something like that, then those will have an impact. Not like a large impact, but enough of an impact. All right. We are barrage gaming. So spot. Ow. There's pretty sick lot of clones of me. I don't have any clones. That's just the aftermath of the skill. So the skill automatically makes a like a an after image of me shooting. So yeah, no clones are actually in this. Why you're not getting combo points on the world boss? Are you hovering over it? Oh wait a minute, you're still playing a leveling though, right? Okay, that's different. I don't know then. Actually, structures, as always, rough. I think I have a different rune than I was expecting to have. No? It feels like I took the whatchamacallit, but I didn't. Okay, well, not complaining. Guys, we're becoming Aether Lords now. Gerard, what's going on? You got, I bet there should be armor so with you and two other. You know what? Sure. So as you can see, multi-shot is cool. It's cool as hell. And my damage is respectable because I have pretty decent like setup and pretty decent gear. However, I should be doing about double the amount of damage I'm doing right now. So I can do T12 with it not working properly. Just I haven't asked what's going on. Azurath is a neat charm work as well with this build. Azurath is kind of bugged as well, as in like it goes off maybe about half the time. So you can use it, just understand that you know, you will be dealing with frustration where sometimes you'll stack and nothing happens. If you're like seriously pit pushing, then you definitely want to use it and take your chances, but outside of that, I wouldn't bother. Is Barrage working with combo points now? No, I'm just kind of showing people like multi-shot. People were asking about it. So decided to show some gameplay. But yeah, I should be doing about twice as much damage as I'm doing right now. All right. Feast or famine with Azurath. Yeah, pretty much. I will tell you this much though. Azurath makes for really cool Twitter clips. I'll put it that way. So if you're in it for the Twitter clips or TikTok reels or whatever, and you wanna impress your friends with a ginormous number, go Azarath. All right, let me add you real quick. Anybody else want in for a Mythic Tribute rotation run? We're gonna do one real quick. Give me the other thing. Really? Wow. Good. The browser doesn't work with common point. Should you run something else? Well, I mean, while you're leveling, it doesn't matter. It's only when you're like really gearing for it do you like really notice that there's a problem. So we got wait, hold up. Who was first here? We got Deb's Flame and Bruschetti. Okay. Keep in mind um this is if you have a key, so we can do a rotation to be on the fair side. And then what we got? Forsetti. Cool. Accept and then request invite. Why does Azrath do insane damage? I'm familiar with it. Have you ever played season 1 in Diablo 4? Can't join. You can only do up to 110. All right, so we're gonna have to carry you to T12 then, so therefore we can do T12 runs. You did? Okay, so Azarath is basically the barber, but for cold builds. It's the barber, but then add 100 and whatever percent more damage when it pops. They just basically gave us they basically just gave us the barber in a form of a unique now. Is that much better in T12 for drop rates? I mean, I guess at this point you might as well just do it in T12. I guess because you're gonna have people that's gonna be able to carry you. So I haven't made the tribute with tier difficulty. Do I need unlocked? But I guess it just depends on what your party is wanting to do. This party is already full, unfortunately. Is it 1618? They're just missing a number. So Brochetti and I believe there was another guy got in before you guys did. So Debs Flames and Brochetti. Sorry, authority. It's like you and I think two of the people that said it like right after. Need Torment 12 carry too. Currently just T10. That's fine. Let's remake then. Sorry, Morphins. We got a full party already. So how about this? Let's do this. Gerard. Okay. Remaking in T10. Who wants to invite? There we go. All right, so we got that. All right, the other two. Request invite on me real quick. Rochetti and there we go. Depth Slame. Boom. We'll do a was it Pit 100 for T12, I think it is. You were getting my party. Well, what I was saying is that there were others that requested to do it before you did. Morphin time, sorry. Sorry, sir. All right, so what is it? 100. Probably should have been on like Rapid Fire or Heart Seeker for this, but I think my barrage should be fine. Oh, he's whirlwind. Yeah, we're fine. I'm not fighting him. Do you have a favorite Roberta season? Not really. I like them all. I like all the ones I'm playing right now, so it's hard for me to like nail a favorite. Cool. All right. All right. Who has the mythic? Who has the prankster in their war plans? Usually everybody but me usually has it. So Because I went a different route for experimentation. The portal prankster. Who has it? You have it. Okay, so I'm gonna make you party lead then. So we go off your war plans. So that's understandable. Yeah, there are a lot of stuff that actually feels good to play, which is really cool. What makes us think that common points doesn't work with barrage? It doesn't work with multi-shot. Keyword multi-shot. Not like barrage itself, but multi-shot variant. It doesn't scale with combo points. And it's not so much more of a thought as in like I can prove it with math. With numbers. You do less damage if you take multi-shot than if you didn't take it at all. And I'm 100% certain that that is not intended. I don't think you were meant to be punished for taking an upgrade. It was meant to be an upgrade. Hey Doc, how you doing? I'm doing good. Just chilling. I dashed right into the poison. Another explosion. Zaki, appreciate the sub. How's it going? I use the prank so the game used up both the ones I had and one is still trying to get another. Really? I can hit to consumes treasure breach nightmare dungeon keys. Well, that's an interesting bug. What's either gonna fix Edna's dagger? The first part of it. There's still another bug with it that doesn't appear to be mentioned. So I'm assuming that's coming at a later time. But yes, one of the most important parts of it should be fixed. Yes. But the part where it should imbue your shadow clones with your basic attack still doesn't seemingly like it's not gonna happen. At least not like in this patch. Appreciate the follow. All right, so that was one down. Who's next? I'll throw mine in. I'll be number 2. Be a good choice for Flurry when it's fixed. It'd be a good choice for him. Quite a few setups, like a lot of setups, really. I know on all my setups for sure. Like I'm gonna notice a pretty big difference in my output for sure. Unstoppable mobs, I swear. Any good stuff from the patch notes? But there are a lot of like there's a lot of generic bug fixes, which is always really good. Edna's dagger, at least one part of it is going to be fixed. Is good news for basically all of my builds. The part that should imbue the basic attacks from clone doesn't look like it's going to be fixed in this particular patch. So I would say the Edna's dagger thing is a half a W, I guess you could say. So it's a V. Doesn't matter if we use dagger or swords nowadays. Nope, sure doesn't. The implicits are gone, so nope. And the passives that were based on whether you did a sword or a dagger is also gone. Was the shot going to get fixed? Well, yeah, at some point. They're not going to leave it there. They're not going to leave it not working forever. But remember that the bug was reported 2 days ago, so I wasn't expecting them to have it fixed this fast, given that all the other stuff they had to fix too. But at least they know about it and they're aware. No, it's on the lucky hit chance. Hoping that GEA was on something else. All right, so that's 2 down. Which boss drops the basic imbue dagger? The Harbinger of Hatred. Should add season the mechanic that allows you to add cool implicits to weapons like synthesize items from. The real same. It's so sad. I just want to play Heartseeker. Yeah, Harbinger of Hatred. Yeah. In the meantime, you can try your luck with gambling daggers, and also like upgrading white daggers into uniques in the cube. You can upgrade items like that in the cube. Yep. That's why I keep the white items dropping all the time. Like I didn't filter them out because you could turn any white item into a unique in that pool. Was the fix of the cube and GA lock on the patch notes? That I don't know. I didn't. I don't remember. Like the patch, there's like a lot in those patch notes, so I don't remember that specifically being in there. Oof, that hurt. I can't see anything. Warlock Gaming. Peacha, what's up? Can you talk about the most controversial decision Blizzard has made, like making the butcher say, "I like it, well done"? I don't actually remember him saying that. Does he actually say that? In the boiler he does, really? Okay. All right, so who's the last one? Okay. Have to put back on my old school drip that I kind of just default to every season, or used to default to every season. Yeah, the Django look. Is barrage bug multi-shot is multi-shot's not scaling with combo points. I'm using it right now because people wanted to see the gameplay, but it should be dealing about double the amount of damage that you see. How do you unlock world plans? Just do the campaign. You kind of have to do the campaign anyway, so. But yeah, just do the campaign. You'll get it. Earthquake. All damage versus cold damage multiplier using cold imbue all the time. Doesn't matter which one. Nope. Doesn't matter. Whichever one rolled higher. Basically, yeah, sorry. Basically what Peach just said. No, I'm stuck. I can't move. Could you make a barrage barrel poison? I mean, technically you can. It wouldn't perform as well, but you mean you can technically. All you do is just take a previous build that has poison, like for instance, like a poison dance of knives or poison twisting blaze, and just literally just choose a different core skill, but use all the same aspects, same paragon board, etc. Same glyphs.
Your death will be swift.
All right, well, hope you guys got something good. So eat it. Like everything else, I guess I can just salvage. I think I'm gonna hold on to that though.
Mainlander, what brings you?
All right.
Come, let us plan our next move.
Oh, I had to do 2 under cities anyway. Okay, I guess that worked. All right. So I'm gonna finish up my war plan, and then that'll kind of be it for the uh for the evening. I gotta get up early in the morning. We got some actual business. I should probably stick to 110. The speed for garage. So much more. So, someone in chat tell me, what does Corn's blood do? I'm like legit confused. All this corn stuff. I grab it, and then I see like some stuff to put stuff in it, and nothing happens. So I'm like legit confused what it actually does.
Curse this place. I'm being followed.
Corn's blood or whatever. At the artificer? Where is that at? Show me after this the pit. I've been collecting them and having no idea what to do with them. They're across from the pit. Okay. Oh, inside the pit. Really? How have I not how have I not seen it? All right. Is it like at the end of the pit or? Ellen, what's going on? It has been a while. How have you been? Within the run. So I've seen those little things or something pop up. And I guess I put something in there that I didn't see anything happen. Maybe I did get more gold. I don't know. I didn't see. Yes, I know I know about the challenges one, where it's like, you know, the next 100 enemies you can't like use a potion or something for something. I've seen those, and it usually happens like towards the pit where there's no way you can kill 100 anyway, unless they track outside the pit too as well. Like when you get them in the pit, like I don't know how that works. Is there an activities guide somewhere? We have a resource on that. Actual. Up here, inventory, scroll down to materials. So wrong button. Currency or materials? These, okay. I get like a bunch of blood. Flesh, tears. Apparently I'm a vampire. if you, based on the materials collected. Do I do Mephisto carries? Nah. You need 5 each to be able to exchange for I forgot how much gold.
It is done.
All right, so now this we did multi-shot, and this be my last run. We're gonna switch to the succession rune, just because I'm gonna showcase how big the damage difference is between the two. Because succession actually works with the combo points, but multi-shot does not. Although I don't really like succession nearly as much because it's not nearly as cool looking. But the output is insane. I'm like missing. So I wonder if it's just better just to go a different part of the tree than Pecha. This is like so target based. I feel like I have very little AoE, but I have like ridiculously like good targeted damage. Like the opposite of multi-shot. Like I would need like a pull for this. Go like that, like the other Heart Seeker rune or whatever. See, like this. Kill 100 mobs without drinking a potion. Oh boy, I'm about to use a potion. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Yes I do. Alright. I failed. What is this mob type though? my evade was on cooldown. I thought I can evade to the pot and then chug it, but that did not happen. No. I feel like I'm definitely missing something. This is my last one, so you veg after this. Guess I'll use the charm. Use the stone. For resource management, you only use Starless Skies, right? No. Nope. Are you following a guide by any chance, hit and run Titan, or you just kind of like winging it? I only ask because like if you're following any of the macro guys for example, I usually spell it out in terms of what the resource stuff that we do take. But generally speaking, I like to have one roll of lucky hit, 15% chance to restore primary resource. I always have one roll of that, no matter what I'm playing. And then in this case scenario, because I'm using the 5-piece set, which does shoot my basics, I have energy here too as well from the Heart Seeker while I'm doing a thing. So yeah. Okay, so we'll override here. And get the spoils, and then that will pretty much be it. It got dark. Alright, but anyways, I do need to go because I got things to do. Tomorrow early in the morning. Banger song. Where did we go last time? Yeah, we can go back to Panda. Actually, we can go to Blood Farts. I don't know. Wait. Actually, no. Ravnica. One of the original D3 OG streamers. In terms of just being around for a while. I understand why you don't get close to the boss when you're fighting. Aren't you missing a lot of arrows? No. The shotgun doesn't work anymore. So you can't shotgun all your arrows into the target like you used to with Barrage. Plus you lose your ferocity stacks if you're that close. At least without another aspect to kind of keep it up. So no, you don't. And also, you take more damage when you're that very close. There's like multiple reasons why you don't want to be that close. So I'm a guy, and you had 3x cooldown reduction on jewelry. Which guide was that? Oh, okay, yeah. This should always be like a okay. Well, I mean, like which build? Sorry. But generally speaking, Ferocity is cap 1. I think so. Barrage. Okay, this is Barrage. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but you should always have energy. Well, in that case, yeah, you should always have energy here on your Heartseeker with the barrage thing, so you can always maintain that. But I'd like to also have it on here just as a just in case, just one roll. It helps a lot. So anyhow, enjoy Ravnica. If I do not see y'all Saturday night, I will see y'all Sunday night. We'll just kind of see how the day goes. But I appreciate you all being here. Y'all can be anywhere else, but y'all chose to chill with me, so I appreciate that. Enjoy Ravnica, and as always, till next time.